I've been getting out of bed these past few days.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Shan Packer. Let's get packing. Except today we're not going to pack shit, because today's video is going to be a little bit different. So for today's video, I am going to give you a taste of behind the scenes. I'm going to take you on a little what does Shan do on tour video. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding very sarcastic, but honestly nothing irritates me more when I'm standing at like merch and people have the audacity to come up to me and say, oh well, you've flown very far to sell a couple of t-shirts and CDs. And I'm like, bitch, do you have any idea what I actually do? To all the haters who upset me and make me angry, come, I'm gonna take you with me. Let me show you what it is exactly that I do on tour. Okay, shall we? Let's go for it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram. Come, now we can do this. So, waking up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. Not really. I'm then gonna take a shower, have a mental breakdown, and get dressed into my uniform for the day, all black of course. And then while doing my makeup, I eat my leftovers from the day before. Sometimes I might go to the hotel, but not all hotel food is good. And then get in the car and drive anywhere between 20 minutes to 6 to 7 hours, depending on where the venue is. Arrive at the venue. Obviously, of course, we go through the artist entrances. Then check out the stage. I just do like a quick little scan to get an idea of what the stage looks like. And then the first thing I do is I assign everyone their dressing rooms. Sometimes everyone gets their own, sometimes we have to share. This is Belinda's dressing room that I set up for her with the stuff that she needs from my cases. And then yeah, sometimes the truck arrives a little bit later than us because it is the truck. But anyway, here is the truck. It is arriving, and then we start offloading the truck. The cases I grab, other than catering, is good old Beyonce here, which is the costume packer, where all the costumes get stored and all my equipment for Belinda's table gets stored. And then of course good old Shan packer that has all my fans and dressing rails. And then of course we set up all the costumes that are ready for steaming. Today was a laundry and washing day, so I will throw all of the washing in first before we steam, obviously. I then set up the green room with snacks and then get to steaming. Normally I do steaming by myself, but I have help this time. So while that's going on, I set up a drying rack for the costumes at the end of the show, and then get straight into sorting out Belinda's quick change area. This happens on stage, so I make sure she has all her costumes and equipment needed to do a quick change on stage. This is all the cases that I use. So normally while the stage is being set up, I will set this up, and I steal Trav's drum case as a concealment for her. She then gets a table and a chair obviously to sit down on, and then I ask for the stage legs to be pulled in so I have an idea of how much space we have to work with for when it comes to her quick change and what I can use to conceal and cover her from the audience. And then of course I get straight into setting up her table. She normally gets a towel put down on the table. She gets specific towels to dry her off. She gets a mirror, she gets a fan, and then of course she has all her jewelry and accessories. I also put up some lights for her because it gets quite dark. I break up her fisherman's friend so it's easier for her to eat and swallow, and then stick everything in so that we have power. And this is pretty much her setup with her jewelry, accessories, and all the equipment she needs to see what she's doing so that she can get ready for you guys to perform. Here are all her shoes, and then of course all her costumes, once they have been steamed, gets hung up here, and that's pretty much her quick change area. So simultaneously, while I'm doing all of that, the boys are setting up the stage, they're building the stage for us, all the equipment comes out of the truck and travels with us, so everything you see on stage when you come to one of our shows is ours. Everything from cables to lights to the instruments, literally everything you see on stage is ours and is my responsibility to look after backstage while the show is going. This is what the stage looks like when we are done setting it up. I then make sure Bongani has a towel because he gets quite sweaty when he performs, so I make sure he has a towel to dry off. I make sure Belinda has a towel to dry off, and that she has her ear pack ready and microphone ready for sound check. I then make a note of what town we are in so that she doesn't forget. I will write it phonetically for her so that she pronounces it correctly for you guys. I then get it may not look like it here, but I'm actually measuring the stage because now I need to tape down where people need to stand specifically for lights. There we go. You can see those are all Belinda's markings, and then I adjust her microphone stand to her specific height, put a microphone in so that when she performs with the microphone stand, it is at the correct height for her. And then I go and I stand in all those taped or marked spaces on the stage so that Jack can trigger the lighting or set the lighting for those specific areas. And that's what the lighting looks like once we are done doing that. And then while everyone is having a sound check, there's stuff that happens during sound check. So I have about half an hour to mark the stage so that everyone knows where to entrance and exit the stages, especially with glow tape so that you can see what you are doing. Lee Lad and I will then go and cover all the cables and tape up everything so that no one trips and falls in blackout, because the stage gets quite dark during blackout. Once that is done, I will then go and set up merch. Sometimes I do it myself. Sometimes I get someone to push it around the back for me. Merch gets then set up. Then in between all of that, I help to cook dinner, whatever is left over. Then after sound check, we have dinner. This is the dinner we had this specific show. And then after dinner, straight away out front to go and do merch for everyone. And then once merch is done, I come up on here and there we go. I'm on comms. So that I can communicate with Jack and Richie out front. I make sure Belinda gets dressed and that the band is already on stage so that we can go ahead and start the show. And then of course we have the first half of the show. There's Belinda performing, so cute. And then straight away I go and do merch in the interval again. Once that is done, I come backstage to start the second half, make sure everyone's ready, climb on comms again to make sure that I can communicate with Jack. And I just want to show you that for this specific show, look how long my cables were for comms. It was absolutely annoying. But anyway, so yeah, we have the second half of the show. There's Belinda again, and then I get a cute little thank you at the end of the show because, you know, it's hard work dressing her and looking after everyone, because essentially that's what I do. I look after everyone on stage while they're performing. And then once everyone is out of their costumes, I hang it up on that fan dressing dry rack that I've set up so that their costumes can dry before they get packed away in Beyonce for the costume case. There's all the costumes being packed away. The stage then gets set down, and once everything is packed in the truck, we make our way home. Sometimes this can be anywhere between 12 and 2 o'clock in the morning. The drives can be anywhere between 30 minutes to 4 hours, sometimes 8. We've had an 8-hour after a show. But anyway, here we are arriving at our hotel for that night. We swap hotels every single day just about. This is what our hotel room looked like that night. Sorry. Anyway, and then that is it. I will go to bed, slick off my makeup, and then go through all the social media for the night, send that to the office back in Australia so that they can post the social media for the show, hit the sack and do all of this all over again the next day. It's a lot of hard work, right? Don't you dare come and say to me, oh, all you send is t-shirts and CDs. No, bitch, that is just one of the things I do on tour. Okay? Thank you so much for watching the video and taking the time to spend the day with me on tour. I do this every single day, every single tour, regardless of what show it is. My job is to look after the band, to look after the stage, to look after Belinda or the main artist performing, depending on what show I am. That is my main responsibility. So that's pretty much what I do on tour. And even if you're just not one of those people who come and bother me at merch, and like you know me and you didn't actually know what I do on tour, this is what I do on tour. This is how I spend my days. And now you know why I'm sick and tired when I come home. I am just dead tired by the time tour ends. Cool. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video and follow me on social media. I have linked everything in the video for you. And don't forget that whenever you can travel with Shan on YouTube. Okay, bye.
Days are brighter, my shoulders are so much lighter. Just for a moment there, I thought that there was nothing more to life. I thought about it, wrote a couple songs about it. Just for a moment there, I lost myself.